All right, we have just finished our watch of Chase's mystery movie pick, which turned out to be Mickey 17, and by God, Chase, what a delight that was.
Yeah,
Wow,
that was fantastic.
I'm impressed, Chase. I know you hadn't seen it, but I'm still impressed with the movie you picked. I had no idea the whole time it was going. Like, what the hell is going on here? Meaning, where are we going with this? Which was awesome. And it wasn't like it lost interest. It was a really good story.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure where we were headed throughout most of that, which kind of kept it fun.
And they kept throwing, like, not twists, but little new things into it. Like, wait, what?
Yeah,
What?
like at first I wasn't sure if we were going to do horror or
Yeah.
it was just straight comedy, but then it was super touching. And
I do appreciate that element of it, that it never feels like it had to be tied to one specific genre. Obviously, it's science fiction, but there were a lot of elements of, like we said, horror, just comedy, a lot of great comedy. It's a really fun film, and it's also incredibly poignant.
Yes. For sure. The acting was amazing on all levels. Robert
Mark
Pattinson.
Ruffalo.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo. Holy cow.
But man, like Robert Pattinson really
Yeah.
is an amazing actor. But
Yeah.
that was those were all great
And
performances.
like every Mickey was slightly different. The last two, 17 and 18, were
That was
very
probably the
different,
best
but-
thing you could say. Is
Yeah.
that every little nuances, little differences.
But I thought about like how they would be so different, but then you realize that like he's like, oh dude, I'm not just gonna be set up to die. Like this is so he kind of gets this like attitude about him, and yeah, I thought that was great.
But the makeup stuff isn't always the same either.
Yeah,
So there
yeah.
will always be variations.
I found it so interesting that he was perfectly fine with dying
Yeah.
until he didn't.
yeah,
And all of a sudden it changed the dynamics of how he felt about the entire thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
Which I found fascinating.
No, that was like,
Because it
I know
shouldn't
I'm going to
matter,
die
right?
and I'm
You
going to
should
come
just
back. But
go die and whatever.
But this time when I die, I'm dead because you're already here. That was an interesting concept.
Yeah, and I really appreciate how it was able to tie all of its plot threads together, which I know can be really hard for
Yeah.
writers, especially with something this ambitious. And they managed to bring it together in a satisfying way. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I like the representation of the aliens that, well, I guess we were the aliens, but the planet, the home planet, James, your dog's annoying as shit. But the home planet creatures who looked creepy, but were not, and they're actually like Zen, and they bluffed. I love that.
that was great.
was-
I think that, and then yeah, I don't know, man. That was just a really good
Yeah.
movie.
What part did you find the funniest?
The Benny Hill part, kind of with
The running,
music.
the printer joke was...
That was actually
That
that was pretty solid too.
But I like the scientists when they did the experiment and he was eating and they, set him up to see if the food worked and it didn't. And they're like, oh, but we have this shot for the painkiller. Let's try that now.
Like it was how many things can we
Yeah.
test on this? But I also thought it was kind of funny because it's like you've learned to print a human life back into existence, and it gets so mundane that they're like, oh, I forgot to put the tray out,
Yeah.
like several times. And then I like when he finally falls off the tray. The one's like, all right, let's hit him with the they don't care at
No, they
that
don't-
point
don't
because they
care.
keep forgetting.
But that ending makes me think, how many times did Mark Ruffalo and Toni Collette's character get reprinted? And does that lead to their crazy insanity that we saw at the end? Or were they always that way? Because obviously they had that capability. Did they do that
why
over
would
and over
you not
again?
do that to yourself? Yeah, that makes
Somehow
sense.
he came back.
Yeah.
Given the technology, why would you not use it?
Oh, but yeah, that was a great movie, Chase.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised it kind of flew under the radar. Like, I knew it was released. I wanted to see it, but I didn't hear much about it.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think that's part of the thing we always talk about with movies is like people need to go see ones that aren't just the Marvel stuff.
That
But
is true.
it's also hard because the culture makes it that if you don't see the Marvel one in, 3 days, it gets spoiled for you.
Yeah.
Whereas this, no one's going to spoil it for you because it's just a good movie you should go out and see. And
That is true. I hadn't heard a thing about this as far as what was going to happen, and I had no idea what was happening.
well, my thought process was towards the end was we picked Prometheus, Chase picked this mystery movie, which means James is probably going to be the one to pick the next mystery movie.
Oh, God.
And I am already not excited for that one.
So I haven't even done anything. I can't do it right.
New
I
rules.
can't do it right.
No anime.
I wasn't intending
boom!
to.
No, see,
I wasn't
100%.
intending to.
I 100% was like, we're gonna have to watch an anime coming up.
I would have picked Ghost in the Shell.
He's gonna be cruel.
if
He's gonna
I were
pick a
to
cruel
pick
one, and then he'll get to run away back to college and leave us here.
We're watching a French foreign film.
And no subtitles.
You have to watch it with us.
Yeah, you have to be right.
I'll
no,
watch
he'll
it
be
and
into
I'll
it.
enjoy
No,
it.
He'll be into it.
Great.
But yeah, I guess that would be the next one. But overall, what do we think about this?
Really good.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm
Yeah.
sure there's things I missed, so I probably will rewatch it again.
There was something you caught in the beginning that's pretty good. The little dance move.
Oh yeah,
Very familiar
Oh, my
dance
God.
move when you first see Mark Ruffalo's character.
and his speech patterns.
Oh.
The little scar on his cheek wasn't his ear, but it was definitely let's show that off, and
The
everything had
red
to be on
hats.
camera.
The red hats.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
There was a lot. There was a lot in that. But
I mean, the existence of a trophy wife.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Which
I
I will
did-
say, Toni Collette nailed that. I'm
Dude,
sorry.
she's outstanding.
She was so funny.
everything she does. She's outstanding.
That sauce thing freaks me out. though.
That was so uncomfortable.
That was,
That
and then
a
when
really
they
uncomfortable-
took the tail off the thing and then
she
made
blended,
sauce,
no,
and I'm like,
I was
oh,
like, I'm not into that.
like the
That
sauce
was-
thing freaked me out. And then they went there, and I'm like, oh god.
I just
This
like
is-
that's her only personality.
Well, then she kept like,
That's it.
like
I know,
yeah,
like,
that was,
taste
that was
this.
but
It's like that's just her personality.
yeah, I'd say that's a good.
I did like at the end when Mickey's like, so I thought about what 18 would do. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you're gone.
So we're thinking the 3.5 out of 5 or 4 out of 5. What would you say?
I give it 4 because it's a rare
say
day
4.
when I see a movie that really impresses and surprises me. And I don't mean to be elitist or anything like that. We've seen a lot of fucking movies.
Yeah.
So one that keeps my attention for 2 hours and 15 minutes and surprises me, I'm always impressed. So I'm gonna go for 4 out of 5.
I'd say 4.5. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was entertained, and I really appreciated the not subtle political satire and the classist messaging, which I'm gonna completely botch his name. I apologize. Bong Joon-ho. Is that-
Bong Joon-ho.
Oh, perfect. Never mind. I didn't botch it. He's very great at that kind of directing and storytelling. So I really appreciated seeing that.
Yeah, I'd probably say 4.4 or 4 out of 5. That was solid.
Chase?
And,
4.5.
Yeah?
I really
Head
enjoyed
Rider. All right.
that. I liked the combination of so many different themes, different genres. It was funny. It was poignant. It was really fucked up.
Yeah,
Just
I'm a big fan of making me laugh when it's inappropriate.
dude, that
when it's
first
so dark like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that first half of the movie or that first quarter of the movie, I just like, why do I keep laughing at
I know.
this? But it's so dark.
That first time the printer like stalled and came back and came in, I'm like,
yes, that's such a good joke.
yeah, it is. So Chase, I think we'd all agree it was great. It was
Yeah.
far better than our first mystery movie. I think even Chase can get on board with that.
All right, well,
So we all highly recommend Mickey 17, 18 to 17.
yeah.
One of those numbers.
But thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching, and let us know what you guys thought in the comments below.
Stay tuned for anime.
Shut up.
Hooray.